Are you thinking about buying or selling a home, or just want to know what might be going on with one of your biggest investments? Then come hang out with us for a little while. Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall, and welcome to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Our local sponsors are BRIX Real Estate, Network Title, Eric Bloomstrad and Chad Preby with Bell Bank Mortgage, Structure Tech Home Inspections, James Tufson with Country Financial, along with Cregan's Construction and Grey Duck Staging and Design. You can catch us across all your devices, whether that's on TV on the CW23 Saturday mornings at 6:30 or KSTC Saturday mornings at 6, on the radio at AM 950 Sundays at noon, also on YouTube or Facebook by just typing in Twin Cities Real Estate Show, or you can also podcast us anytime, again, by typing in Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Don't forget to check us out online anytime at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you can find all of our past shows, our weekly market updates, along with the latest and greatest searching and researching tools, and our free publications to include the Smart Home Buyer Guide and the Smart Seller Guide, along with the BRIX Report. All of these free for you. If you have any real estate questions, please feel free to give us a call, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Happy to help answer any of your real estate questions or assist with your real estate needs. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about a market recap. What has our market done since last year at this time? Where are we now? Where is it going with that? So it should be a good topic. A lot of the things that are out there in the news today as to the low inventory and the crazy prices. Well, is that going to last? Mm-hmm. Are you going to miss the boat? What do you do as a buyer to kind of protect yourself out there? Also, if you have any questions for us, you can always submit those. We got the information down below where you can submit your questions. But also, if you have any show topic ideas, love to hear about that from you. Otherwise, you can call or text in those ideas as well to the 651-303-0019. Before we get into our stats, I want to just mention our new BRIX report is out for the Twin Cities market. This is a free publication you can download. You just go to TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Tons of great information of things going on, happening here in the Twin Cities, some different developments, as well as all of our market stats and biggest movers in the marketplace as well. We call them the BRIXies Awards. So yeah, check that out under publications. Also, we got the Smart Home Buyer, Smart Seller Guides there as well. All right, jumping into some of the trends and stats in the market right now. New listings finally did go up. It broke that 1,000 mark. I know that was something that I was keeping a close eye on there.
It's been a while.
Yeah, keep in mind, just a few weeks ago, that was down in the 300s. Yeah. So, as that picks up, should help with inventory over time. We'll get into that more in a second. So yeah, it was at 863 up to 1,018. Ben, where are pendings?
Yeah, pending sales are starting to climb as well. Not as fast as last year. Currently, as of February 5th, they're at 883, which is down about 19% compared to last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of good news, actually, for buyers, not having the pending sales going up at that same velocity. But we do have that inventory of homes continues to drop off. Going to lose that bet with you on that. Yeah, so down to 4341 from a 4491. So that's down 21.2%. With that, we're seeing movement on days on market as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, days on market for January, we're sitting at 28, which is about 6 days quicker than December. So
what's funny is normally at this time of year, we're not seeing that number go down.
Yeah.
We're seeing that go up.
I think, it's just that the inventory is just so tight that it's just everything's just flying off the shelf.
Yeah, the market is kind of crazy. And to bring some perspective to that, the average days on market at 28, that's the whole market, right? From, first-time home buyer condos and townhomes all the way up to your multi-million-dollar homes, taking that average 28 days. When we look at the median, so where are the range most homes are selling in, that's actually at 11. And that time frame also typically consists of the inspection contingency in there as well. So the market velocity is really hot out there. Yeah. We saw that movement in the average showings per week per listing. There was a jump up again this week over last, up to a 10.07, which, if we look back at last year at the same time, it was still down in the 9s on that. It'll be interesting to see how that changes as interest rates have jumped up. We saw another movement in interest rates this past week on Friday, and then it eased back relatively quick. But there is a lot of kind of volatile out there right now.
A lot of variables at play right now for sure, starting off the year.
And I know we're going to get into our predictions more, spend a little more time on this. So for those who like these stats and the predictions and where the market meter is, that's really our topic. We're going to dive into our market within the last year, where it was, where it is, and where it looks like going. As always, if you have any questions for us, you can give us a call, 651-303-0019. Happy to help with any of your real estate questions and needs. Also, make sure you check us out online, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. We'll be back in just a couple.
Hi, I'm Ruben with Structure Tech Home Inspections. Everyone knows you should have a home inspection before you buy a home, but we've heard of home buyers being encouraged to skip the home inspection in this crazy market to make their purchase offer more attractive. Now they're facing tens of thousands of dollars in unexpected repairs. I'm telling you now, don't skip the home inspection. Here at Structure Tech, we can get your home inspected quickly, and we offer a full line of services. Visit us online at structuretech.com to learn more.
Don't fall for the billboards or the clickbait. There is no such thing as today's rate. Mortgages and mortgage rates are individual to you. Chad Preby and Eric Bloomstrand with Bell Bank Mortgage are here to show you the formula to get your best rate. Once you know this formula, you can mortgage shop with confidence. Find us online at chadpreby.com. That is chadpreby.com. NMLS 1462493, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with BRIX Real Estate and the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions people make. Before you make your next move, download our free Smart Home Buyer or Smart Seller guides to give you the edge in our real estate market. From deal hunting to knowing the right repairs for maximizing value, these free guides have it all. Check them out and more at BRIXTwinCities.com under publications. Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Today, we're going to be diving in deep into the past year and where we are now and where it looks like, a little reflection on our past, it seems like our past is repeating itself again.
Seems like kind of a broken record.
A little bit.
The last couple of years.
So talking about the past in real estate, I know I mentioned it when you were coming out of the last segment, but a lot of the stats that what we're looking at, BRIX report, you can download it, got all the stats, the Twin Cities in here, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. You can download that under publications. So looking back, I think the place to kind of start this conversation is the inventory of homes, right?
That's number one.
It is the driving factor. We can look at every piece of the market, but it really is that inventory of homes where we're going to put kind of the launching point. Yes, there are the factors that got us there. Mm-hmm. We can look at the pandemic and people just holding out on putting their homes on the market. Yeah. I mean, if you look at like 2019, we had good velocity in listings coming into the marketplace. But 2020, we got to February, March, and it just breaks on. At the point that it's supposed to be the launch point, it made no movement for a few months. And so sellers decided to kind of stay put. And in typical Twin Cities market fashion, as the buyers were like, please get us some listings. We want to buy houses now. Sellers are like, it's a terrible time to sell, which is exactly the opposite of what it was. Yes, there was a 30 to 60 day kind of like buyers going, what's going to happen? And then, oh, we want to buy houses, right? And they really just jumped.
And you had, right at that same time, interest rates went way down for mortgages. So now it became a great time to buy overall for buyers. But
the 60, right when the pandemic happened, there was a spike in rates, but it only took, weeks for that to kind of turn back around and go down to these historically low interest rates.
But it's just that the inventory never rebounded to the capacity to really satisfy that demand.
Right. We lost a year basically of inventory into what would have been the normal spring market. And so this is where we started to see really heavy appreciation into the marketplace. Now, I will say that kind of couple month break there where buyers weren't buying as much, and then you combine that with the low inventory, kind of slowed up the market, not because there wasn't a demand there, but just slowed up because there wasn't anything to show. It did give me the opportunity to create that market meter calculation, which really started to come in handy as we were looking at where are the trends going to be going with that. And again, the market meter, it's the showings per listing combined with the housing affordability combined with months supply, putting it on that simple scale. And we started to realize, that market meter, which had really never gotten very often up into the 9s, was going to approach 10 easily as we came into 2021. Right.
I think definitely the short supply of housing is just wreaked havoc on the market and market meter and everything. It just is. It's such a crazy past 2 years.
So going into 2021, we saw this takeoff, right? And now we are almost a year into the pandemic. At that point, 2021. Into the February timeline. But we still didn't get that influx in inventory at the same pace. There still was a lot of concern about next variant, what's going to happen, are people going to get furloughed again, all of that. So
because normally vaccines were just starting to roll out that spring, so there was still so much unknown and what's going to happen. So there was still a lot of trepidation.
Yeah, and so we never in 2020, hit that 10. I don't think on the market meter it got into the 9s, but you get to 2021, and now by January, we can see that market meter hits a 10 only a few weeks into the month. And it's just like, whoa, we're going to be in for a crazy spring market. And we were with that historically low inventory. And again, like you're saying, the vaccines not really, they're just starting to come out. Another driving factor, those interest rates still really low.
Record low.
Right?
And
I'm going to say, I took absolute complete advantage of that.
Why not?
At that time.
Even just refinancing, in essence, if you refinance your home, you're probably not going to be selling. So, all the numbers of people refinancing, they're not going to be selling. So those are homes that are not going on the market. So it was a wild year.
And that's in pretty sharp contrast to where we are now. We're going to talk more about that here shortly. So 2021 kicks off with really low inventory. But, and again, we say this every year, for sellers, if you wait until it's green outside, you're going to miss out on some green. I don't care how pretty your garden is. That's what happens, right? And this is a great, you look back to, I think it was summer, or going into June 2018, if I remember correctly, was the year where we had a really delayed start to actual spring. Like it just snowed and snowed and snowed. And what happened was that a majority of the buyers, by the time we got to May, when it was finally appropriate to put a home on the market, when it's kind of nice out, if for a buyer who was or a seller that was waiting, they basically got a slap in the face in a sense that just like, whoa, what happened to all the buyers? There's nobody there because that delay held out so long. A lot of times people are waiting, until late March or April, but when it just kept snowing and snowing, there are a lot of sellers that really held out there in 2018. But you look at where we're going, and it's possible we may see something similar this year, not weather related, but we'll get to that here shortly. Okay, so another kind of big movement in the market this last year was the push, and I've read a lot of articles about this, but at the end of the day, opinions are opinions and facts are facts, right? And if you look at the raw data regarding Minneapolis and St. Paul versus the suburbs increased in value at a faster pace. Right? Now, there's exceptions to different neighborhoods, whatever, but if you purely are looking at Minneapolis and St. Paul, you saw much lower appreciation rates. So one of the articles I was reading was trying to put a swing on like, oh, are buyers really fleeing the cities? No, they aren't fleeing the cities because what's happening is somebody's moving out and somebody's moving in, but the demand
the demand is shifting a little bit. And the cities went through, a huge demand, 5, 6, 7 years ago, where I think you had that huge demand push into the core, where now it's shifted a little bit. It's not like it's completely the other way, but it's just ebbed the other way now. So now that you're seeing more demand for the suburban, rural kind of setting, especially, work life, work situations are changing. People can work from home now, so they don't need to be close to offices. So that's changed demand.
That's a huge driving factor.
Huge.
So, and we are, and another thing that's going to play in, we had the rent control measures passed, and we are starting to see talk again. And we don't know data.
Nothing's in place yet.
But the impact, our investor is going to stay in with their properties. It's kind of funny because people always try to put the spin to it. Again, in our article I was reading, it was like, all these slumlords want to do is rake everybody for every penny. And you look at most rentals in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and that's not the case, right?
For sure.
I actually have a rental property that I'm going to be listing for a client, and they've done nothing but taking care of the home to the best condition. Actually, helped them locate a new rental property that they had. So, it is having an impact in the sense that I know my investor clients are asking those questions. So is that going to play into inventory? We don't know the answer yet, but it's definitely something we're watching, and it is news from 2021. But there is definitely a push to the suburbs, and even farther out. We were kind of joking as before the show started, what is the definition of rural?
Where does rural start? Especially in a sprawling metropolis. It's like, it used to be the 494 corridor, but now it's like you keep even going. And
well, and so I had used the if your mailman is delivering in a personal vehicle with an orange light on top, that it's probably would identify as rural, right? But then you were saying the Amazon, right?
If you have a 2-hour delivery or not, that kind of maybe tells
you're in the suburbs.
Amazon decides if you're rural or not.
So, we are seeing those pushes out into those markets again. I was seeing some stats that the outer areas, Minnetrista, going up towards North Branch, and just pushing out. I think River Falls, Wisconsin was one. But these appreciation rates that are in the 14 to 15% range still. Even in the middle of January. So we have seen some big changes there. I know acreage property up 15.1% down in, if you're looking at the properties that are 5 acres or more. That data was for kind of the south of the South Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of the rural Dakota, Scott, Rice County areas. Now, that low inventory has created this huge demand for new construction out there, which we're seeing a lot of changes happening around that. You were mentioning like first-time home buyers and new construction.
Yeah, it's just that idea of, okay, if people aren't selling, people, we need to be building more houses,
Right.
but we've had, issues with the, material costs and, and even finding people to do the work to build it,
Yeah.
I'm sure is a huge headache for people building. And, unfortunately, the way builders are going, they're not building, starter homes a lot of the time.
Right, right. It's not like
1,000 square foot home. They're not that they don't build that anymore.
Yeah,
Brand new.
right. I mean, it's just not cost effective, and so even townhouses. I mean, starting costs in a lot of places. This is not everywhere, but I mean, if it within 20, 30-minute drive of the downtown areas, you're looking at starting costs in the 350s for a lot of these places, for townhouses, right? And that was very different, just a few years back.
Yeah.
And then you get into the single-family homes, and I mean, I was actually relatively impressed. I came across some single-family homes being built down in Cottage Grove, where the starting price was right around $400. I'm like, wow, most of what I've seen has been $450 or $500. But again, $450 or $500,000 for new construction, that's not the typical first-time home buyer bracket. So it's not like a lot of what we saw back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even into the 90s. It's just becoming less affordable for that first-time home buyer, most of them, to hop into brand new construction.
Definitely.
So where does it look like things will be going? Well, where are we now, right? Market meter at a 10 again.
Yep.
New construction taking 8, 10, 12 months, right? We do have some unknowns around inventory as to, are we going to see, as people are getting more comfortable with where the stats are at with the pandemic, are they going to put their home onto the market? Are they going to make these moves? There's a lot of unknowns there.
Yeah.
But what we do know is interest rates have moved up a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
This past year.
That
6 months.
we saw rates as low as in the 2.5s going back to that late 2020, 2021 time frame. And now we're seeing interest rates at or around 4%. And it takes a little time, but we see a slowing in buyer demand.
Yeah, I think anyone, your affordability is now going to shrink a little bit as the interest rates go up. You can't afford as much of a home, so you're going to be priced out of a certain segment of homes, and that may affect how many homes come on the market if the buyer demand is a little bit less. Some buyers will maybe sit put, maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to say for sure, but the history shows that it tends to slow, but it's not instantaneous. If we do see a year more like 2019 as far as inventory into the market, combined with those interest rates, we might start to see inventory pick back up in the Twin Cities instead of falling every year. Which ultimately, it's not going to pop a bubble for anybody who's thinking that. We are at historically low. When the market crashed in 2008, we were at 36,000 listings. We're at 4,000, 300 or something like that.
We need a healthy amount of listings.
Yeah, so it's going to take some time.
There.
But I do expect we will probably have an earlier end to the spring market this year than we did last because of some of the inventory and because of interest rates. We are going to take a commercial break. Again, check us out, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. We'll be right back.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
My name is James Tobson with Country Financial. Anyone can sell you insurance, however, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life pops up with its surprises, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james.tobson@countryfinancial.com or give me a call at 651-365-3408.
Hi, I'm Becca, owner of Greilanger Staging. With today's home buyers beginning their journey exclusively online, the look and feel of your home matters more than ever. Whether it's a simple in-home consultation, a refresh using your current furniture, or a whole home staging, our goal is always the same: showing your home in the best light and helping you achieve the highest sales price possible. To learn more, visit us at greatduckstaging.com or check us out on Instagram at greatduckstaging.
Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Even I know Nick, our board operator, is going to get your name in there at the beginning. I didn't give you a proper introduction. Throw it in there. Ben Greilanger, BRIX Real Estate. Thank you so much for coming in for today's topic. Got a listing to highlight this time, and it's one of my upcoming listings. That is 4044 Wooddale Avenue South in St. Louis Park. That is a 4-bed, 2-bath, 3-car garage home. Definitely worth checking out. $475 is the price on that. The showings are booking up fast on that one.
Hot
It is
suburb.
it's a hot location. There's no doubt about it. It's got updated kitchen, a real wood burning fireplace, and 3-car garage.
Oh, dang.
Yes. So definitely check that one out. Any questions on it, you can just give me a call directly, 651-303-0019. If you have any questions for us after the show, you're thinking of buying or selling a house, or just have questions about what our market is doing, you can call that phone number or send us an email to the email address down below. Again, all of our great publications, The Smart Home Buyer, The Smart Seller, and the BRIX Report, available at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. People always ask realtors, what is your commission? But what they should be asking is, what is your rate of return? Commissions only vary by a couple of % from agent to agent. However, the price per square foot you get just based on their experience and the quality of marketing they use can vary by 10% or more. At BRIX Real Estate, our agents use the right marketing and have the experience to get you top dollar for your house. See what we can do for you at BRIXTwinCities.com.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.